let's talk about the idea of a dream wedding. For a lot of us, it isn't about some huge, chaotic event with a massive guest list. It's simpler. It's the sound of the ocean, it's feeling that warm Hawaiian air, and it's a moment that is 100% yours. If that's hitting home for you, well, then a Hawaii elopement might just be the perfect way to start your story. So let's break down exactly how you can make that happen.
I mean, are you dreaming of a wedding that's less about putting on a show and more about what it actually means? An experience that is just for the two of you? If you're nodding along, you are definitely not alone. Eloping is all about taking one of the most important days of your life and making it one of the most personal.
So why Hawaii? Why is this the spot? What we're seeing is that couples who elope here are making a very conscious choice. They're choosing presence over pressure. They're kicking off their marriage with this incredible sense of peace and calm that, honestly, the islands just seem to give you. And there's a big trend driving all of this, especially looking towards 2026. It's all about being intentional. Couples are choosing these really meaningful experiences over giant parties. And Hawaii is absolutely perfect for this. Not just because, look at it, but because the state makes it unbelievably easy to actually legally get married.
Okay, so let's get practical for a second. You might be thinking a destination wedding means a mountain of paperwork and a ton of red tape, but in Hawaii, the whole process is, well, it's refreshingly simple.
It really just comes down to 4 basic things. You need a valid photo ID, like a driver's license. You fill out an online application before you even get on the plane. You have a quick 5-minute meeting with a license agent, and you book a licensed Hawaii officiant. That's it. Seriously, there's no waiting period or anything, so you can literally get your license and get married on the exact same day. How cool is that?
All right, but here's the big question that always comes up, especially for couples who want a truly private, just us experience. What about witnesses?
And the answer is nope, you don't need any. This is a huge deal, a total game changer. Hawaiian law does not require witnesses for your ceremony. It can literally just be the two of you and your officiant. That is the ultimate intimate wedding. So with the legal side being that easy, you can finally focus on the fun stuff. All right, legal stuff's done. Now we get to the really good part. With all that demystified, you can get down to designing what your day is actually going to look and feel like, starting with, of course, the absolutely breathtaking locations.
So on the island of Oahu, you've basically got 2 main vibes to pick from. There are town locations, which are super close to Honolulu and Waikiki. Think classic Diamond Head views, really easy to get to. Then you've got country locations, which offer something totally different, way more private, more dramatic, and just these huge natural views.
And you can really see the difference here. On the one hand, you get that town vibe, something like Waialae Beach. It's accessible, it's classic, it's just beautiful. On the other hand, you have that dramatic, super private feel of a country spot like Makapu'u Point. It really just comes down to the kind of story you want to tell with your day. So you've got the dream, right? You know it's legally simple and you're starting to picture the perfect spot. But how do you actually coordinate everything? The officiant, the beach permits, a photographer, especially when you're planning it all from thousands of miles away. This right here is where curated packages become an absolute lifesaver. Take a look at an example from a provider we found called Hawaii Wedding Studio. You can see how they bundle everything together for you. You can go for something simple like just the ceremony, or you can get an all-inclusive package that has the ceremony, the permit, the photography, even hair and makeup. This approach just takes all the stress and guesswork out of it. So what is the secret? What's the key to making this whole thing completely and totally stress-free? Well, it's having a real expert on the ground, someone who knows the ropes, who handles all those little details like the tricky beach permits. And in our research, one name just kept coming up over and over again for this exact reason: Rev James Chun and his team at Hawaii Wedding Studio. And hey, don't just take our word for it. You can hear it straight from couples who've been there. Steph and Mario said that from the very first email, they knew they were in great hands. Now, that is the kind of peace of mind you absolutely need when you're planning this from so far away. But it's not just about the logistics, It's about the ceremony itself. Natalie and Saul pointed out how their officiant, Rev Chun, made it feel like he'd known them for years. That makes the whole thing deeply personal and meaningful, not just a transaction. And sometimes the simplest feedback is the most powerful. Christina and Jordan put it perfectly. They just said, he made it special. That's it. That right there is the real difference maker. And finally, Rochelle and Joseph with just a simple, powerful, straight-up recommendation.
When you see this kind of feedback again and again and again, it tells you a really clear story about quality and care. You know you found someone you can trust.
So if a Hawaii elopement is starting to shift from just a vague dream into a real possibility for you, what's the next step? How do you actually start writing your own story? Your story starts right now, just by taking that first little step, by asking the questions, by doing the research, and by turning all this inspiration into your actual plan. Because your wedding day really, truly can be this beautiful and this intimate.
So if you're ready for that amazing, stressful, deeply personal experience we've been talking about, the best place to start is with the experts. Go visit hawaiiweddingminister.com to connect with Rev James and his team directly. For daily inspiration, and trust me, you're going to want to see this, go follow at Oahu Minister on Instagram. We put all the links you need right down in the description below to make it super easy. And hey, if this guide helped you out, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tips.